have always told the president, when you tell me jump, I will ask you how high. And I will jump. One day I asked the president, feel free to tell us what you think about us. Are we giving you a hard time? And he said, you actually make me sleep. He said, I've never got a parliament like this one. I have two bosses. The first boss I have is my God. The second boss I have is President Yoweri. I will never, and I am telling you, I will never, in whichever pressure, bring emotion of displeasure, emotion of vote of no confidence. For a president of the Republic of Uganda, I can never do that. I will always do. I have told my members here, even when they say, but this law is very bad, what do we do? I ask them, what does the president want?
The Speaker of Parliament, ANITA Among, came out to make statements that General MUSEVENI is like a god. He has made that several times. Even came out to say that even if a law is bad, there's no way he can refuse to pass that law. It has further continued to show that ever since we got our independence, ANITA Among is the worst Speaker of Parliament. He has degenerated the House. He has taken the Parliament to the executive. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know how government works, government has three arms. We studied those in primary. It has the executive, where the president and the ministers come from. It has the parliament, where the speaker and the members of parliament come from. It has the judiciary, where judges come from. Each of these pillars must work independently, but with each other. The Constitution never envisioned that one arm can be taken away by the other, and by the speech of ANITA Among, he has come out to confirm that our parliament was taken by the executive, where everything that is brought by General Kaguta Museveni is rubber stamped. The parliament has a duty that whenever anything is brought by the opposition or the government, they must scrutinize it. That's why they are the majority, to see what is better for a country. But the Speaker of Parliament came out to say that they pass everything as is. It's the reason as to why even when members of Parliament vote no, he comes out to say the ayes have it. If they vote yes, she comes out to say that the noes have it. We must cry for my beloved country. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the unfortunate statement of Speaker ANITA Among, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, I've done several videos telling you on how ANITA Among is the worst Speaker of Parliament to ever grace the August House. At first, I thought that this was a first timer because there was Deputy Speaker barely a year. The Speaker of Parliament died, so he became the Speaker. Never had the opportunity to learn. But it turns out to be within his nature that he doesn't know how to preside over the House. On very many occasions, I see Speaker ANITA Among interjecting members of Parliament who are speaking, okay, being partisan on certain issues, yet the Speaker is supposed to be a partial umpire. It's the reason as why in very many democracies, the Speaker of Parliament does not even need to hold a political position. Is elected outside Parliament. But even away from that, he has degenerated the House. Remember the day the Speaker of Parliament reported the cabinet ministers to the President, he showed the partisanship. The Speaker should not report ministers. They have the Prime Minister to show them out. There is a day he tried to he refused to apologize when the leader of opposition, Joe Sonyo, came out to say that he should apologize for jeering at a member of parliament. Whenever he addresses a member of parliament on the floor of parliament, he calls them by name, not by their title. Yet in the rules of procedure, any member of parliament is supposed to be called a title honorable. He calls them by name. So he's breaking the rules of procedure by herself. It depends that when the presiding officer is the one leading the breaking of the rules of procedure. But even away from that, he was so proud to say that even if a law is bad, he has to pass it since it is from the president. And that's where the president wants it. And I'm going to give the reasons as to why he came out to speak like this. Before I proceed, I want to play a tape when the speaker ANITA AMONG was saying this. Here is the tape.
I have always told the president, when you tell me jump, I will ask you how high. And I will jump. One day I asked the president, feel free to tell us what you think about us. Are we giving you a hard time? And he said, you actually make me sleep. I've never got a parliament like this one. Not that we are rubber stamps, but we appreciate what the parliament, what government needs out of us. If we are passing a law on the issue of UPDF, we are improving the welfare of UPDF. We are saying if you're not an armed, you're not a security person, why should you have guns? Yes. That's what we are saying. But people tend to misunderstand. But if we are saying that a man must get married to a woman, why should you resist and say that we don't want that law? That is all where our fights are coming from. People are saying because they want to get money from outside the world on homosexuality, and the government is saying, no, we are not going to get that money. We want to preserve our traditions and our values. And that's what we are doing. But at the end of the day, when you pass that, somebody will start mimicking my voice that I'm fighting Museveni. Somebody will start saying, Anita is corrupt. No, because they think I am doing what should have not been done. And they want to use that to reduce the popularity of the party. And I'm saying, no, we shall not do that. We will continue fighting for the party. I want to thank NRM so much that I came from Forum for Democratic Change. You gave me a position as a deputy speaker. First of all, you brought me as an opposite. You gave me a position as a deputy speaker. You've tried me. You've tested me. Now, just know that I have passed the exam. And in passing that exam, I am one person who will never antagonize my boss. I have one boss. Actually, I have two bosses. The first boss I have is my God. The second boss I have is President Yoweri. I will never, and I am telling you, I will never, in whichever pressure, bring a motion of displeasure, a motion of vote of no confidence. For a President of the Republic of Uganda, I can never do that. I will always do. I have told my members here, even when they say, but this law is very bad, what do we do? I ask them, what does the president want? We will do what the president wants.
That is Speaker ANITA AMONG. First of all, I keep telling people that Speaker ANITA AMONG is strategic and a wise woman. There is no person who has ever come out to be the Speaker of Parliament by chance. There's always strategy and a background work. It is the first time we saw money flying left and right and center when they were electing the Speaker. It has never been precedented. In fact, the previous speakers were picked, the Chwanuka Sekandi, etc. Money never used to change shape like the way it was being, it exchanged the hands during the Speaker ANITA AMONG and Thomas Taiwo. Okay, for her to come out to say that even if a law is bad, they have to pass it, it shows how the parliament was subjugated. The duty of parliamentarian is to scrutinize the law so that they can put it out in a better position. Okay, even members of parliament are keeping quiet. In other jurisdictions, even if you come from the ruling party, the speaker coming out to say that they must come out and pin him. In fact, if I was in the opposition, I hope in the next parliament I'm there. You bring out a motion so that you can discuss the conduct of the speaker, saying that even some of her members tell him that the law is bad, and he asks, what does the president want? That if the president tells him to jump, he just asks how high. But of course, Anita Among is saying this because of two main reasons. One, he has sanctions, and he would want to be protected by the regime. And we all know General MUSEVENI is a master to that. As he protects him from the sanctions, he would also want to use him to his own agenda. And the agenda of General Kaguta Museveni is to subjugate each and every institution, is dictatorship. Secondly, he also wants to appear to be loyal to the regime. We all know when the Speaker of Parliament was still in FDC, he first gave birth. He called his child Besigye when he was still in opposition, in a bid to gain that loyalty to Besigye. When he joined the NRM, and he called his son Museveni, the son from the twins, he called one of them Museveni. He even opened a block. Some of the blocks are called Museveni in a bid to buy a loyalty. But as he gets his loyalty from General Kaguta Museveni, it is disintegrating the August House. Even members of parliament are keeping quiet. Majority of these members of parliament, 90% of them are not supposed to even to be in the August House, are not even supposed to sit on the council of organizing how to bury a person, because they don't know what it means for the Speaker of Parliament to come out and make those statements. What we expect if an opposition member wants to get something delivered on the floor of Parliament, when the Speaker of Parliament has just declared that whatever the president wants is obliged to pass it by force? That's why you normally get crooked wars. Okay? And General Museveni even laughs at these people. Anita Among thinks that General Museveni is a stupid man. Even General Museveni can read through the lines. There's a day, there's IGG Betkamya. Museveni had visited Lubaga. And IGG Betkamya came out to say that we love General Museveni, and the next election we are going to give him 70%. But a person speaking lost an election in Lubaga. And when General Museveni stood out to speak, he came out, he told Betkamya that, why do you lie to the people? Even you failed in election and you are telling people that you are going to get 80%. So even General Museveni can understand that you are using these theatrics to gain loyalty to him. And he's also looking at you like this. Don't think that General Museveni is stupid. Being at the helm for 40 years doesn't make you stupid. I know he's old, I know he's a bad leader, but he can read through that, and that's why he's using each and every opportunity to use you as you buy your loyalty. Our August House has disintegrated as members of parliament are keeping quiet. These NRM MPs think that whenever the parliament is degenerating, it doesn't concern them, not knowing that the attrition rate of parliament has always been 85%, almost 79, almost between 8 and 85%. It means that 85% of members of parliament are not going to come back in parliament. So if you pass those laws, think when you are going to be outside the traps of power. You will be a normal human being facing what you passed. So it was so unfortunate for the Speaker of Parliament to come out and say that anything, even if it is bad, as long as General Museveni wants it, it will pass. Shame upon Parliament. Shame upon the Speaker, Anita Among. Of course, that's my opinion. Do drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on the YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. Let me also take this opportunity to tell you that I, Kabuye Sulaiman Mawagali, Mr. Makinde, I'm going to run as a member of parliament for Makinde East Constituency 2026. I'm going to come back and ask for your vote. It is time to vote those who have vision, not those who have television. Those who know what to do and what to say. Those who know our country left and right and center. Our voice has been dimmed for almost 25 years. Ever since Sebana Chizito went, Makinde East has been amongst the poorly represented constituency. And it is time now to choose a leader. Yours truly, Kabuye Sulaiman Mawagali, who knows what to do. I will see you on another one. Peace.
ndaba kibuuze mpalana bulungi abampalana obulungi nange benjagala obulungi